So you want to own a car dealership. You picture rows of shining new cars under bright lights. Customers walk in, they sign the papers, they drive away happy. And on every $40,000 car, you keep a fat profit. It looks like one of the most obvious money machines around. After all, the prices on those windows are enormous. Surely selling something that expensive must be wildly profitable. But here is the secret that every dealer already knows. The new car on the showroom floor barely makes you any money. On many new cars, the dealer profit is almost nothing at all. Sometimes it is only a few $100s on a huge sale. So how do car dealerships become some of the richest businesses in town? The answer is that you are not really selling cars at all. You are selling financing, insurance, and repairs disguised as a car sale. Tonight we break down what a dealership actually sells behind the metal. The showroom is impressive, but the real question is far simpler. Where does the money come from, and where does it quietly disappear? So tonight we do one thing above all else: we follow the money. We trace every dollar from the first one spent to the last one kept. And by the end, you will see the machine hiding behind the cars. Let's start with what almost nobody understands about a dealership. A dealership looks like a store that sells cars to drivers. It is actually 4 different businesses stacked into one building. The first business is new cars, and it barely makes a profit. The second business is used cars, where the real selling margin lives. The third business is the finance office, the hidden money machine. And the fourth business is service and parts, the steady daily engine. Most people only ever see the first one, the shiny new cars. The owner makes the real money from the other 3 combined. Now hold that idea, because it explains everything that follows tonight. Before any of that, you have to survive opening the doors at all. And a car dealership is one of the most expensive stores to open. You are not stocking shelves with candy bars or coffee cups. You are stocking a lot with dozens of $40,000 cars. The total cost to open a new car dealership is staggering. It can run from several million to tens of millions of dollars. The single largest cost is not the building or the land. It is the inventory, the actual cars sitting on your lot. A mid-size dealership might hold 300 cars at any moment. At an average of $30,000 each, that is $9 million. $9 million in metal, just sitting there waiting to sell, and almost no dealer pays for that inventory with their own cash. Instead, they use a special loan called floor plan financing. The dealer borrows money to buy each car from the manufacturer. Then they pay interest on that loan every single day it sits. This is the first hidden pressure that shapes the entire business. Every car on the lot is quietly costing the dealer interest daily. A car that sits for 90 days can erase its own profit. So the dealer is not just selling cars. They are racing the clock. The longer a car waits, the more it bleeds in floor plan interest. Imagine a lot with 300 cars all ticking at once. Every single day, that inventory quietly drains money from the dealer. It is a clock that never stops, whether the store is busy or not. This is why you see those desperate end-of-month sales events. The dealer is not being generous. They are dumping aging inventory. They would rather sell at no profit than keep paying that interest. Now add the rest of the startup costs on top of inventory. The land for a dealership must be large and highly visible. Prime commercial land near a highway costs a fortune to buy or lease. Then you build the showroom, the offices, and the service center. A modern dealership building can cost several $million alone. Many car makers demand a specific look, called a brand image program. They force dealers to build to exact and expensive design standards. Then come the tools, the lifts, the diagnostic computers, and the signs. And you must hire salespeople, mechanics, managers, and finance specialists. Add it all together, and the barrier to entry is enormous. This is why most dealerships are owned by large dealer groups now. A single person rarely has the tens of millions required to start. Now the doors are open, and the real machine starts to run. Here is how a dealership actually makes money, one layer at a time. Let's start with the layer everyone thinks is the main event. The new car sale itself, the shiny vehicle in the window. The truth is that new car margins are razor thin today. The manufacturer sets the price and controls almost everything about it. Customers can look up the exact invoice price on their phones. They walk in already knowing what the dealer paid for the car, so the dealer is left fighting over a few $100s of markup. On a $40,000 car, the front-end profit might be tiny. Sometimes the dealer even sells the new car at a small loss. Why would anyone sell a car for no profit at all? Because the car sale is just the door into the real business. The manufacturer rewards dealers with hidden bonuses called holdback. Holdback is a small percentage the maker pays the dealer later. It is refunded quietly after the car is actually sold. There are also volume bonuses for hitting monthly sales targets. So a dealer might lose money on the car but hit a bonus. That bonus is where a chunk of new car profit really hides. But the true profit center is the office you visit after you buy. The finance and insurance office, known in the trade as F&I. This small room is where the dealership makes its richest margins. Once you agree to buy the car, they walk you into this office. And here the real selling, the profitable selling, finally begins. First, they offer to arrange your loan through their lending partners. The dealer marks up your interest rate by a point or two. That markup is pure profit split between the dealer and the lender. On a long car loan, that tiny markup can mean thousands of dollars. Then they offer the extended warranty, the service contract, the protection plans. Paint protection, fabric protection, tire and wheel coverage, and more. Each of these products carries an enormous profit margin for the dealer. A warranty that costs them a few hundred sells for $2,000. The customer, tired after hours of negotiating, often just says yes. They have already committed to the car, so a little more feels small. That psychology is exactly what the finance office is built to exploit. Every extra product is framed as cheap next to the huge car price. The finance office can make more profit than the entire car sale. On a single deal, F&I might add $2,000 or $3,000. That is the room where the dealership quietly gets rich. Before we go deeper, here is a question worth sitting with. When you buy a car, which part of the deal is really being sold? The car itself, or the loan and the products wrapped around it? Tell me your honest answer in the comments as we continue. Now let's look at the second big profit center, used cars. Used cars are where dealers enjoy their fattest selling margins. There is no manufacturer invoice price a customer can look up. Every used car is unique, with its own mileage and condition. That means the dealer controls the price with much more freedom. A dealer might buy a trade-in for $15,000, then clean it, fix it, and sell it for $19,000. That $4,000 spread dwarfs the profit on a new car. And used cars come with their own finance office markups too. This is why dealers love it when you trade in your old car. They make money on your new purchase and your old car twice. They lowball your trade-in, then resell it at a healthy markup. The trade-in feels convenient, but it is a second profit stream. Many buyers happily accept a low trade to simplify the deal. They never realize the dealer will flip that same car for thousands more. The convenience you pay for is the dealer's easiest profit of the day. Now let's turn to the quiet engine that never stops running. The service and parts department, the most stable money of all. While car sales rise and fall with the economy, service is steady. Cars always break, always need oil changes, always need new tires. The service bay is the beating heart of a dealership's survival. In fact, many dealers say service pays the bills every single month. Car sales provide the big, exciting numbers on the showroom floor. But the service department quietly covers the huge fixed overhead. It pays the rent, the utilities, and much of the payroll. The labor rate in a dealership service bay is remarkably high. They charge well over $100 per hour of work, and parts carry their own healthy markup on top of that labor. Every warranty repair also gets paid back by the manufacturer. So the service bay earns money, even when the customer pays nothing. A dealership without a busy service department is dangerously fragile. Now let's turn the machine around and look at the other side. Here is what it costs to keep those doors open every month. The floor plan interest we discussed never stops ticking away. On $9 million of inventory, that interest is enormous. Then there is the payroll for a small army of employees. Salespeople, mechanics, service advisors, managers, and the finance team. A large dealership can employ well over 100 people. Payroll is by far the largest monthly cost in the business. Then come the massive utility bills for a huge lit building. The showroom lights burn bright from morning until late at night. The service bays run heavy equipment all day long. Add insurance, advertising, and the constant cost of that brand program. Car makers push dealers to advertise heavily and update their buildings often. And advertising for a dealership is relentless and very expensive. Radio, television, online ads, and billboards all cost a fortune. Add it together, and a dealership burns cash at a frightening rate. This is why volume matters so much in the car business. A dealership must move a high number of cars just to survive. Now here is the counterintuitive part that surprises almost everyone. The busiest, most crowded showroom is not always the most profitable. A dealer can sell hundreds of cars and still barely make money. Because if all of it is thin-margin new car sales, the profit vanishes. Meanwhile, a smaller dealer with a strong finance office can earn more. It is not about how many cars roll off the lot. It is about how much profit is attached to each single deal. Volume is not the same thing as profit in this business. That distinction is where a lot of dealers get into trouble. To see how the smart money plays this game, look at AutoNation. AutoNation is the largest car dealership group in the United States. It was founded by a businessman named Wayne Huizenga in the 1990s. Huizenga had already built two other giant companies before this one. He built Waste Management, and he built the video empire Blockbuster. He looked at car dealerships and saw a fragmented, old-fashioned industry. Thousands of small family dealers, each running things their own way. He believed he could combine them into one huge national brand. He wanted car buying to feel like walking into a trusted chain store. No haggling games, no pressure, just a consistent nationwide experience. So he began buying up dealerships across the country rapidly. AutoNation grew into a company selling hundreds of thousands of cars a year. And here is what their own numbers reveal about the business. Even at massive scale, new car sales are a low-margin game. The company earns a huge share of its gross profit from other places. From used cars, from finance products, and especially from service. The parts and service business provides a large slice of total profit. It proves the rule on a national scale worth billions of dollars. The new car is the bait. The rest of the store is the hook. Even the biggest dealer in America lives on finance and service. Now let's put real numbers on a single dealership, illustratively. Imagine a dealership that sells 1,000 new cars in a year. On each new car, it makes an average of just $500. That is only $500,000 from all those new cars. It sounds like a lot until you see the costs behind it. Now add 800 used cars at $1,500 profit each. That is $1.2 million from the used car lot. Already the used cars beat the new cars nearly 3-to-1. Now add the finance office, averaging $1,000 per car sold. Across 1,800 total cars, that is another $1.8 million. The finance office alone out-earns every new car on the lot. And that finance profit costs almost nothing to produce. There is no inventory to buy, no metal sitting on the lot. It is nearly pure margin layered on top of every single deal. Now add the service department grinding away all year long. A busy service operation can add several million in gross profit. Suddenly the new car showroom is the smallest piece of the pie. Follow the money, and it flows from finance, used cars, and service. The shiny new car was never where the real profit lived. So let's walk through the ways a dealership can actually fail. The first killer is aging inventory, sitting too long on the lot. Every unsold car bleeds floor plan interest day after day. If a dealer misjudges demand, the lot fills with cars nobody wants. The interest piles up and quietly devours the entire year's profit. The second killer is a weak or dishonest finance office. If the finance team cannot sell the products, the profit collapses. Remember, that office is where the real margin is supposed to live. The third killer is neglecting the service department for flashy sales. A dealer chasing showroom glory can starve the steady service engine. When car sales dip in a downturn, service is what keeps you alive. The dealers who forget that are the first to close their doors. And downturns hit the car business especially hard and fast. A new car is one of the easiest purchases to postpone. Nobody truly needs the latest model when money grows tight. When the economy weakens, people simply delay buying a new car. They drive their old car another year and skip the showroom entirely. A dealership with millions in inventory cannot survive a long freeze. So here are the 2 years that decide a dealership's fate. In the good year, the economy is strong and credit flows freely. People buy cars, finance them, and add every protection product offered. The used car lot turns quickly, and the service bays stay full. A strong dealership can clear millions in profit in a great year. The best dealer groups become some of the richest families in any town. Now follow that money back to the tens of millions invested. In a strong market, that investment pays back within several years. In the bad year, a recession freezes the entire car market. Buyers vanish, and the lot sits full of cars bleeding interest. The finance office goes quiet because nobody is signing new loans. Only the service department keeps a trickle of cash coming in. The fixed costs do not care that the showroom is empty. Floor plan interest, payroll and rent all arrive on schedule. A dealer without deep reserves can burn through cash frighteningly fast. The same building, the same brand, 2 completely different outcomes. The difference was never the cars, it was the machine underneath. This is the truth that no daydream about owning a dealership includes. A dealership looks like a store that sells shiny new cars. Underneath, it is a finance company wearing the costume of a car lot. The new car is the bait that pulls you through the door. The profit lives in the loan, the warranty, the trade-in, and the repair. Just as the smartest dealers know, the car is only the beginning. So here is the one lesson to remember from all of this. The most profitable thing on the lot is not any car at all. It is the finance office and the service bay behind the showroom, because you do not win this game by selling shiny new cars. You win by owning every dollar the customer spends for years after. The car sale is the easy part. The real money comes later. The next time a salesman offers you a great price on a car, remember that the price is not where he plans to profit. He is happy to give ground on the metal in the window, because he knows the finance office is waiting just down the hall. So can a car dealership work? Yes, but only under one condition. Only if you follow the money past the showroom into finance and service. Only if you respect the floor plan clock and the fixed costs. Do that, and one of the richest businesses in town can be yours. If this breakdown showed you the machine the dream never did, subscribe. Next time we break down the economics of owning a gym, a business that quietly profits most from the members who never show up. The doors are open. Now you know where the money really hides.